What's up, guys? Nintenjoel here once again, and pickups number 45. Holy crap, a lot of pickups. So yeah, we're actually getting up to number 50 very soon here, and man, I have gotten so many games. The shelf is filling up fast. If you saw my last video that I did with pickups for my trade night, I didn't show what the shelf looked like or anything. This is with all that stuff included. But now I got a bunch more pickups that I got to show you, and in fact I've gotten so much lately that I'm behind by several episodes now, so I'm going to try to fire off a few pickup episodes in fairly quick succession, though there will be reviews in between. I've got a NES game review coming up, and an accessory review coming up very soon, and then a handheld review coming up hopefully very soon as well. But that's not what this episode is about. This episode is about epic pickups. So let's go check them out, and then afterwards we'll see what the shelf looks like with those pickups integrated into the shelf with all these things. So without further ado, wha-bang, let's go check them out. Alright guys, I got a lot of crap to show you. I always say that I'm going to go through this stuff pretty fast, and I always fail, but I'm going to attempt to again this time, and we're going to start off with something that's happened a few times on the show, and that's with some pickups that I don't know where they came from. I score too much stuff sometimes, and especially NES games. I get so many of them that it's really hard to keep track of sometimes, and these three, I don't know where they came from, but happy additions to my family. Rad Racer, very good racer for NES. I actually really like this game. It's pretty fun. And I do need to get some 3D glasses so I can play it in 3D, which is actually pretty cool. And then Snake Rattle and Roll, which I had never actually played before, and it's pretty fun. Not a bad game at all. I'm surprised it's so cheap. It just seems like one of those ones that would be kind of sought after, but there's probably a million copies. And then the third one that I don't know where I got it from, but is definitely welcome in my collection, Marble Madness. Been looking for this for a really long time. It's just like every time I see it, it's like 10 bucks or more, and yeah, it's like 5 bucks online, so I always hold out for it, and I know I got a good deal on it because here it is. I just don't remember where or how much. But yeah, thank you, unknown person, and if you did contribute these to my collection, you can leave a comment below and let me know, because I'm very curious. I'm horrible at remembering some pickups, so pretty funny. Okay, and then we have a local flea market that really sucks. It's like one town over, and it's terrible. I mean, there's like 12 booths. It's like clothes, DVDs, CDs. There's one guy that has video games, but he barely ever has anything. He did actually have a game this time, but I already traded it. That was Tetrasphere for N64. And then at another guy's booth that sells CDs, which I actually sometimes pick up like metal CDs from, I didn't find any music this time except for this one thing, and it wasn't anything metal. It's actually a game soundtrack. It's a Japanese Onimusha 2 soundtrack, and that's pretty cool. I mean, pretty crazy to see a Japanese import, freaking all in Japanese, import soundtrack sitting in a flea market in Southern Oregon, so that's kind of weird. But was happy to pick that up. And then, let's see, what do we have next? I think I'll show you the boxes next. Got a bunch of boxes. First of all, starting with my buddy Charles. Sold me this GameCube box. I actually have a black GameCube. It's my favorite color is the black one. It's got like everything black. I've got 2 black controllers, 2 black memory cards, you know, the black Game Boy player, all that jazz, the black screen. So having the box was actually pretty cool. He charged me 10 bucks for this, which isn't too horribly bad, but yeah, pretty awesome. Thank you very much, Charles. It doesn't have anything on the inside, but the box is in pretty decent shape. And then, okay, there was a dude that was in our local game group, and because of differences of ideas and how things are sold and bought, he actually ended up getting booted from the group. Just some internal, you know, drama going on there. But I did actually get some buys and some trades from the dude before he decided to change his ways, I guess. Anyways, one of the things I got from him was this GameCube controller box. It's for a white controller, so it's Japanese, another kind of import thing. It doesn't have the controller in it or anything, but now I'm kind of after a white GameCube controller because that's pretty neat. He actually just kicked that down to me, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, he did not conform to group standards very well at all. Okay, so PS2 box. As you can see, it's a Silver Slim PS2 box, and that is exactly what I have, so this was very welcome. It does have, there was a sticker here, I think, at one time, and somebody peeled it and some of the cover ripped off, and it's got a rip there, but other than that, it's got a lot of the stuff inside. I think it might be complete except for, like, one thing, maybe the manual. And then the last thing, boxed from him I actually got a lot of stuff from him. I got this. Now this is completely bare bones. If I remember correctly, there's like nothing in, yeah, there's nothing in this at all. There's no foam, there's no inserts, there's no paperwork, no nothing. But the box is in pretty good shape. At least the front is in really good shape. The top's got some wrinkling that kind of continues on to the back here, but other than that, it's in really good shape. It looks very nice next to my other Nintendo box because I have the original action set. Well, not the original one because it has the orange gun, but it's an older one. Okay, so anyways, and I got a bunch more stuff from this guy. We've got Zelda Link's Awakening DX, which I actually already had the original one for Game Boy, and I wanted this one because it's supposed to have like a little bit of extra content and it's in color, and yeah, so that was pretty cool, and I ended up getting rid of the other copy to my buddy Kevin, I'm pretty sure. And then we've got, let's see, oh wow, Royal Rumble, WWF, pretty freaking cool. Man, I've never actually played this game before. The label's really faded and kind of hard to see for some reason. Almost looks maybe water damaged, but not wrinkled, but really dark. But yeah, Royal Rumble. Not sure if that one's any fun or not. I have not played it. This one is fun. I actually just played this the other day. Vector Man 2, very fun game. I really like the Vector Man series. I like the sound effects, the music, just the overall presentation. It's a really great game. Really, really fun series, actually. Okay, and then we got 6 boxed Sega Genesis games. First of all, we have Not For Resale, Sonic the Hedgehog, in-box, no manual. Then we've got Sonic 2. This one is complete and is in very, very nice shape. Really cool. Originally, I just had these loose, so it was nice to get them boxed. And then this one, Sonic Spinball, is complete, I believe. Sure is. You know what? I test most of my games now. Now I'm getting really religious about like testing my games as soon as I get them, and I want to say I don't think I've played this one. I don't think I've played that one at all. And then we've got, this one's awesome, Golden Axe. This is like the Sega Classic, so I think it's kind of like a greatest hits. I'm not positive, but I think there's an original label for this. But yeah, it's complete in box too, which is freaking awesome. And then I did not have this, really stoked to have this. Golden Axe 2, no manual, but hell yeah, really nice shape besides the tab missing and no manual. But I love the cover art to Golden Axe 2. It just reminds me of old D&D stuff from like the 70s and 80s, just super awesome artwork. And then the last one I got from him, really cool to get, although it is a tiny bit damaged. We got Streets of Rage, and it is not complete. It's just the cart and box. And then the bottom of the like art it was like sticking out like a tiny bit, and all of that was like damaged. So I kind of pushed it back up there. But yeah, it's all kind of faded around the edge down there, and it's got a sticker on the back. But who cares? It's freaking Streets of Rage. These games are not easy to find anymore. It seems like I never run the Streets of Rage games anymore. Okay, so let's see, what do we have next? Alright, so then we just have a couple random purchases. First of all, I have something from a dude named Richard, who is on our local Facebook group, and I got Front Mission 3 from him. He sold this to me fairly cheap, and yes, strategy RPG. I am a sucker for Front Mission now. I started with the DS version of Front Mission, and then recently I started playing Front Mission 4, and then I started playing this once I got this, and god man, it's so freaking good. I love Front Mission. Being able to customize your mechs so much and so in depth, it's crazy, and the battle's fun, and it's just a great game. Great series, I should say. And then, okay, here's a good one. Here's a really good one, actually. Surprise of the Century. I don't usually buy games online. You know, it's like I either run into a really good deal or it's something that's getting really rare and I see the price is going up quickly. Those are the kind of things I jump on online. I'm not really an online shopper. I buy something online maybe once a month, maybe sometimes twice a month. I haven't bought anything for a while, and this one was a game that this dude that watches my channel, his name's Nate. I always talk to him on Facebook, but anyways, Nate told me about this. We just like to talk about like weird random games that nobody ever talks about, and things we think might be valuable in the future. Well, I got one that I'm pretty damn sure is going to get noticed at some point. I'm not sure when, maybe this video, I doubt it. Doesn't really get seen by enough people. But Wendy Every Which Way, which does not really sound very good. But yeah, Wendy Every Which Way. Okay, so this features a little girl, a little witch, and I believe this is a licensed thing, and I believe this little girl is from the Casper series, like Casper the Ghost, like she's his friend or something like that. Anyways, Wendy has the unusual power of flipping gravity, just like Metal Storm. And you also freaking shoot, and you get weapon upgrades, and so you can walk on the ceiling, and then you can switch and like drop down on the floor. And the platforming is actually very detailed and requires you to flip gravity constantly through the levels. And it's just a lot of fun, and it's got the same mechanics as Metal Storm. And there aren't a lot of copies online available, so it seems to me that this is going to be one of those titles to just kind of keep your eye out for, and it is such a fun game, and I've gotten really far on it. I'm going to do a review. It is a great game. It is actually planned to be the review after my next one. My next one's already like most of the way done, like halfway done, I'd say, and then the review after that is going to be Wendy Every Which Way, because this game is freaking amazing. It is so cool. So freaking cool, and I've literally never heard anybody talk about it before. So if you like Metal Storm, go pick that game up before people start finding out about it. Okay, then I did a trade with a dude a few towns over, about 30 miles away, up north. And let's see, we actually met halfway, a couple towns over, and we did a big trade. I traded my Sega Pico. I had a Sega Pico. If you guys don't know what it is, go Google Sega Pico. It's this crazy like interactive learning thing that Sega made with like a stylus, and it's got little books that are almost like video games that are interactive, plugs into your TV, and actually they're kind of cool, but they're very kiddish, and it was huge, and I never used it, and I had the box, which was even bigger, and it was just too freaking much. So I offered it to the one guy that likes really unusual old things in our group, and he of course wanted it. It's like I always know what this guy is looking for, and so I was like, well, I got some other stuff you probably want too, and he was like, yeah, like what? And I fired it all off, and he wanted all of it. It was like really weird stuff, like Tomy controllers, an old monitor for a gaming computer that is like obsolete as shit but still worked. It was actually really hard to find, and he wanted that, and there was like a couple games for a Tomy system, and there was a game for like the TI-88, I think that's what it's called, the TI, Texas Instrument 88. There was a cartridge for that, and just a bunch of random stuff, and it was just stuff that I had collected over the years that was like pre-Sega Master System, pre-NES, not affiliated with Atari, like, you know what I mean? Anyways, he took all that stuff off my hands. Thank you very much, Matt, for that. That's actually awesome, because it was literally taking up a lot of room. So I traded for much smaller stuff and stuff that I'll, actually use. First of all, this is the one thing I might not actually use. It's an original DS. I've never owned one before, and it's in really good shape. It's got the stylus, and the screens are in great shape, so that's kind of cool. I'm not sure I'm ever really going to use it, because I have actually 2 DS Lites, but you never knew. And then I did get a Game Boy Pocket, which I love the Game Boy Pockets, and the reason I got this was because I actually had the battery back, and I already had this exact same silver Game Boy Pocket before, and I traded the one with no battery pack to GameStar for something recently. So now I have one that's all nice and purty. And then I got 2 things that, geez, man, you never see around here. You just do not see this around here at all. I'm going to put this right here. And that is Sega Saturn games. I got 2 of them. They're just cheapos for the most part. One I wasn't really too interested in, but he pretty much kind of kicked it down to me. So thank you very much for that, Matt. Gen War, and this is like a first-person, like, I think it's a shooter, but I think maybe you can slash too, but it's a pretty crazy looking game, and it's nice and complete. It's got the foam and everything. I always make a big deal about the foam. Ooh, it's got the foam. The foam. And then we've got, this is awesome. This is the one I really wanted. Bust a Move 2 Arcade Edition. And it is also nice and complete. And ooh, it's got the foam. So yeah, pretty awesome. Freaking not gonna fit. Not gonna fit at all. We'll try that. Okay, and then the last thing I got from him was the crazy thing. It was the main thing that I got for the Pico. I don't know where he got this from. I'm not sure I asked him where he got it from, but it's a crazy thing. And what's really crazy about this is I've had to record this video a couple times, and I had already recorded this and talked about this before, but the second time I screwed up on the first one. Not screwed up, but the camera ran out of memory, and I didn't want to go editing and splicing and resetting up, and so I just did the whole video again today. And what's crazy is I sold this game today, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but it's a sealed copy of King's Field 2. And the tab is like broken off right here, and I mean, it's in pretty nice shape. It's got some like wrinkling right here, but yeah, it's in pretty nice shape. And yeah, sealed King's Field 2. I mean, what are the chances that why would somebody even have this? It's such a weird thing to have. But he did have it, and he offered it to me, and I thought, it's better than the Pico. Not that I could get rid of it as easily, because I've had this for a while now. I've probably got this trade from Matt like a month ago or so. So it's been a while, me trying to get rid of this and see if I could trade it for something or see if I could sell it. I ended up selling it for a really cheap price because I just wanted to give somebody a good deal and just kind of recoup some of my money back from actually buying the Pico. And anyways, so yeah, somebody finally grabbed it for me. I forgot where I was going with that story, but I couldn't really get rid of it. And to me, it was better to have, that's what I was going to say, it's better to have that small little package than that giant thing I had to try to get rid of. So now Matt's happy because he has a Pico, and I'm happy because I got that for a while. Got to show you guys on the pickups, and then it's getting shipped out tomorrow. So crazy, crazy, crazy how that happens. Okay, last thing I have for you guys, well, last things I have for you, got 6 NES games. This is from a dude named Haven. You've probably heard me talk about him on the channel before. I do tons of trades with him. He's also in Southern Oregon Retro Gamers, the local retro gaming group. And like 3 of these were like $2 each, or like $1 each. He might have said $1 each. And I cannot pass on games that are $1 or $2 each if I don't have them. First of all, golf, no big deal, but $2. Then we got Gotcha. Never actually played that before. And then somehow we're gonna fit all these. Lunar Pool. This is actually fairly fun. I don't know why pool games on old consoles are actually kind of fun, but I sometimes do like these, so interesting fact. Yeah, Lunar Pool fun. And then there was 3 that were in a trade. What did I trade him? I might have purchased this one, Wrecking Crew, but I don't remember how much that one was. Oh, and it's a 5-screw version, which is kind of cool. Let's see, what did I trade? Oh, Gunstar Heroes for Genesis. I had only had it for a short amount of time. Played it. It was pretty good. It just, for some reason, didn't catch my eye. And then when I saw what he was offering for it, I was like, yeah, I think I'd play those 2 a little bit more. G.I. Joe for NES. This is the Atlantis Factor. Love the G.I. Joe games for NES. They're actually really fun. Good platformers. Only thing that sucks is when you shoot an enemy, like, they drop ammo, but it, like, flies over your head and, like, bounces across the screen. And you have to, like, run back and get it, and then by the time you get it and come back, an enemy's respawned, and so it's just a little ridiculous, but it's actually a very fun game. You can switch between characters, and both G.I. Joe games are actually pretty damn fun. And then the main thing, obviously, last thing I have for you guys before I go show you what it looks like on the shelf, we've got Ninja Gaiden 3, Ship of Doom. Wait, no, not Ship of Doom. Yeah, Ancient Ship of Doom, yeah. It's fucking so badass. I was not expecting to get this game anytime soon. It's one of those games that was like on my want list, but I wasn't expecting to find it anytime soon, so it wasn't really high on my list. And I'm not the giantest Ninja Gaiden fan, but I don't know. For some reason, I really wanted this one. As soon as I saw it, like as soon as he posted that that was something that might be available, I was like, well, shit, man. I think I do want that game. And I started playing it. Best Ninja Gaiden game. No joke. Out of the 3 on the NES, those are the best Ninja Gaiden games. Or that's the best of the Ninja Gaiden games. I cannot talk. I'm so sorry I'm stammering so much today. But I like the hit detection. I like how fast you are. I like that when you climb up a wall, you can jump off of that wall, whereas before you had to jump off of that wall the other direction and then jump to the top. You can't just like climb over the top of something, and that was very helpful. And there was another mechanic that I really liked in it too, and I can't remember what it was, but there was something else I liked about Ninja Gaiden 3 as opposed to the other 2 a little more. So I'm actually very stoked to have that game, even though it wasn't like giantly high on my list. But okay, that's it. Got all them pickups, all kinds of stuff. Hope you enjoyed. Let's go see what it looks like on Das Shelf. Alright guys, so that's it. Tons and tons of pickups. As usual, just a ton of crap. Look at how many NES games. Still finding NES games like crazy. And spoiler alert, I have gotten a lot more. So there's actually a stack of games just off camera over here, and they need to be gone through and filmed, and yeah, I'm just always behind. But yeah, all kinds of really cool stuff. Let me know what you guys think. What was your favorite pickup of the evening, and are there any games that you're after now that I just showed you that maybe you never heard of before? That would be really cool. And if you did like the video, please give a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos by me, including many, many more pickups, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's down there, it's red, and it says subscribe, oddly enough. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you to everybody that contributed once again to my crazy collection. Very much appreciated. Thanks for watching. Keep rocking the retro games.